Well, good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm covering something that I don't like covering, but I'm going to do it because I get asked at least once a day in some capacity, and that is insurance costs for not only my C8, but all of my cars together. So stick around and we'll get into it. Now, the main reason why I deflect this question a lot is that there's so many variables to insurance. It's very dynamic, very fluid. It's not static. There's no simple A plus B equals C, and that's your insurance cost. There could be another 39-year-old like myself on the surface, but when you dive into someone's background or what they prefer insurance cost, they could be off by $1,000 a month. Hopefully this video can clear up some misconceptions and answer some of your questions. And at the end, I will do an exact breakdown of what I pay to the penny. And before I go any further, just know a 2023 Corvette will cost more to insure than a 2023 Toyota Corolla or Camry. It's just what it is. Insurance companies like boring cars that people don't want to steal, that aren't fun. It's more of a safe bet than a Corvette. Now, here are 10 things that's going to affect your insurance cost no matter what kind of car you have or how many cars you have. This will directly affect how much you pay per month or 6 months, however you do your premium. First one's kind of a no-brainer. That's your driving history and or record. If you obviously have 10 plus accidents, you're all at fault. You got a bunch of claims on your insurance. You got a couple of DUIs. Your insurance is going to be insane. I don't care how old you are or how much of a deductible you're paying. You're going to have crazy high insurance. And I don't care what insurance company you have. A lot of companies by that point will just drop you, and you're kind of SOL with an insurance company that knows that. They know you're screwed, and they're going to charge you a lot. So my advice: don't drink and drive, and have a clean driving record. Let a lot of those things fall off. It'll help you in the long run. Number two, location. Some insurance companies look at where you live, where you park the car is more high risk. If you're in a city with a lot of automotive crime, breaking, entering, carjackings, but a lot of stolen vehicles, you're good chance you're going to pay a little more. If you park it outside in a busy street in downtown, you're going to pay a little more. If you're able to park in an area, in a neighborhood that's safer, low on crime, and in a garage, that'll help you a lot. They'll also take into account the number of uninsured motorists where you live, so other people can kind of affect what you pay as well, which is shitty, but makes sense. Number three, your coverage amounts. If you want a very low deductible, and you don't mind paying a higher premium, say for anything your deductible is $100, you're going to pay a lot more. So you got to find that middle ground where your premium's not too high, but your deductible is not too high either. You want to kind of go with what's comfortable for you. So the lower your deductible, the more you're going to pay for your premium. It's just what it is. Number four, your age. This is a double-edged sword because when you're too young, a teenager, you're a high risk. But if you're over 65, your insurance starts to creep up a little bit because you become also a high risk. But from what I've gathered data-wise, 40 to late 50s is the sweet spot for the lowest insurance you can get per age. That makes sense. Number five, this is one I kind of learned recently, and actually your credit score has a lot to do with your insurance cost. It kind of shows your character and your responsibility. If you have a really good credit score, is a good chance your premium will be substantially lower than someone with a terrible credit score. For instance, someone with a 520 credit score versus an 820, they're gonna look at you like, hey, this guy's responsible, he's got his head on right, he's not doing anything stupid, he's not reckless. They're gonna give you a lower premium. Number six, your annual mileage you're going to claim. The average, I want to say, is 12,000. If you live right next to your work, you maybe drive 2,000 or 3,000 miles a year. That'll lower your monthly payment or your premium simply because statistically you have a lower chance of getting an accident because you don't drive as much. Pretty quick and dirty. Number seven, marital status. So if you are married, insurance companies look at that like you're going to be more responsible for whatever reason. I guess data does back it up in some capacity, but yes, if you're married, you're going to pay a little less for insurance. Not a lot, but a little bit. Number eight, your vehicle ownership status. If you own the vehicle outright and you don't want to pay comprehension, you just want to pay liability, that'll substantially lower your cost. I mean, if you total your car out, it was your fault, you'll pay for any medical expenses towards anyone else, but the car itself is a total loss. You're SOL. Now, if you finance or lease, you got to have full coverage. Just understand that. So if you still owe someone money on the car, you got to pay for everything. Number nine, discount options. Most insurance companies offer some discounts for certain things. Read the fine print. For example, here are a few. If your car has an anti-theft device, you get a little discount. Bundling policy. Both my homeowner's insurance and my car insurance is on one. It bundles and it saves me a little bit there. ePay discount. Doing all of your transactions electronically online. Good driver discounts. Knock on wood. I've had one ticket in 23 years, which is crazy. Funny story. So I've owned obviously 7 Corvettes, GTO, 350Z, Nissan SRT4, a couple Audis, and the one time I got a speeding ticket, I was driving a Honda Pilot. So kind of crazy. I'm knocking on a whole bunch of wood here. But yeah, so having a good, clean driving record will help you a lot. Good student discount going through my undergrad and graduate degree. Being a student helped me out quite a bit. Low mileage discounts. Again, if you drive substantially lower than someone else, you'll get a discount. Loyalty discount. These aren't for every insurance company, but you know, after 5, 10, 20 years, you'll start getting some kickbacks. You should anyways if you have a decent insurance company. Military discounts if you served or are serving. Multi-vehicle discount, which I do use because I have 3 cars insured under my same policy. And lastly is the insurance company itself. You can have all the same parameters, but from Progressive to Geico to the General, they're all going to quote you something completely different, even though everything, all the statistics, all the stats are static. They will all charge you a different rate, so you got to shop around. So here's a price breakdown for all 3 of my vehicles, and I'll give you the total amount I pay every month and every 6 months. Now keep in mind, unless you're the same age as me and have all the exact same boxes checked, you're going to pay something completely different. Just understand that. So starting with my Mini Cooper S, it's a 2009. It's a fine little car. It's paid off, of course. I do not have comprehensive on that, just liability. The total cost of the vehicle, I want to say about $5,000. So to me, if I total it out, I'll go scoop up another one. But for that guy a month, I pay $25.97. Not too bad. All right, my 2001 Z06, which I have liability and comprehensive insurance on it, and I pay $55.69 a month. And for my 2023 C8 Corvette behind me, I pay exactly $86.29 a month. Now keep in mind that both my Corvettes are my part-time vehicles, meaning that I told my insurance company I probably will not drive these over 3,000 miles a year annually, and my primary car is my Mini Cooper, and that saves a lot. So let's say you want to get a C8 as your primary car, you will pay more just because of that. But if you want to get a little beater, that's your primary, that's your secondary, it'll substantially lower your premium. So grand total, all 3 of my cars, I pay $167.44. My 6-month premium is $996, and to me that's very reasonable. My deductions and my add-ons are right middle of the road, not too bad. I want to say my deductible is $1,000, don't quote me on that. And I have all the roadside service assistance and stuff. So to me, very, very reasonable given my age and giving pretty much all 3 are toys. I can live with that. And also keep in mind that I have USAA, which is a great insurance company if you're active duty or veteran or someone in your immediate family was the same status. You can use it, and I bundle that with my homeowners as well. Saves me a ton of money. So a great company. No complaints, been very fair. Again, I've never had to file a claim. Knocking on a bunch of wood. But yeah, so if you're around my age, late 30s, and you're curious insurance, hopefully this gave you a ballpark. Again, I don't like answering it because it's going to vary so much person to person, and people are going to be like watching this, well, I'm paying 8 times as much, or I'm paying 1/3 of this idiot. So it's just going to make people upset, but I've answered the question for you, so there it is. So my total cost of my C8 per month, my monthly payment $735. So after insurance, what, 80? Some low 800s I pay a month for this guy. So not terrible. And of course, gas, of course, is another thing you got to factor in. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for today. Hopefully this cleared up some misconceptions. I don't know. Hopefully someone found value in this. But just know if you're 21 years old and you want to get a C8 Corvette and you have multiple tickets and you're parking it outside, and you're going to pay a lot. Probably going to 500 plus, if I had to guess, in that certain situation. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for today. I got another fun video coming out. What's today? Thursday? Next Wednesday, Thursday. You'll enjoy it, and I'll see you guys then. Mark out.